Hey everybody, Bart Gutter here. We're here with another one of the worst movies on YouTube. And this week's movie is 1983's Joysticks.
Jerk off.
A movie about video arcades in the early 80s. And I have a little bit of a confession here. I loved this movie when I was a kid.
Wow.
I probably should not have been allowed to watch this movie when I was a fucking kid, but I did a lot.
Well, your parents damaged you to a certain degree.
Well, they didn't force it to me. It was on a VHS tape with another movie. Like, the movie before was probably something like Ghostbusters or something else, you know. But I watched this movie a fucking lot back in the day, and it's a lot more boring now than I remember it was back in the day. I guess I was just more amused by fucking titties back in the day. Because there are a decent amount of fucking titties in this fucking movie.
Well, who isn't amused by titties?
So yeah, the first thing I have to say about this movie is it should have been directed by Fred Olen Ray.
Yes.
I mean, it really should have been. It would have been so much better if it was directed by Fred. We'll get into that in a fucking second. Because it starts off with the opening credits and the opening credits song. Yeah. While this fucking chick is sitting there playing video games with her fucking cleavage all bouncing around and her ultra high-waisted tight white shorts.
Well, there was probably more to, like, the scene that we probably saw that we can show you because whoever did this cut it. Yeah, they cut it.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is up with this copy of the movie on YouTube, but it is
trippy,
warbly as fuck. Yeah, dude, we're watching this. I thought it was fucking tripping. Yeah,
the fat guy, you know, like.
Well, we'll get into those scenes when those scenes come up. So yes, now let's give you a little taste of the theme song.
Please let me have a quarter. Joystick. I got to have a quarter. Totally awesome video game.
Totally awesome video games. So this is where we learn in the opening credits as well that Joe Don Baker is the lead fucking person in this fucking movie.
Joe Don! I love Joe Don Baker. And the only reason I love him
is because he was Mitchell?
He was Mitchell from Mystery Science Theater, dude. That fucking
Mitchell. We've talked about it many, many times before. That is definitely my favorite. I know it's one of your top ones.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Joe Don Baker is Martha Mitchell. You cannot get any better than that fucking movie. Those jokes were sweet.
But anyway, we're moving on to... Should have been Eddie Deason here.
Oh, yeah, fuck me.
He really, really should have been Eddie Deason, but should have been Eddie Deason here is driving down the road singing a fucking song.
Oh, the doo-da-day, oh, the doo-da-day.
And these two chicks pull up next to him and start flirting with him.
They're flirting with him like he's a bag of coke driving that car.
Yeah. Well, it is 1983.
She's like, hey.
So we learn that he works at the arcade. They're all like, ooh. But then we also learn that they need to get a picture of a nerd in his underwear to get in this sorority or whatever.
Oh, nice.
So they call him over. Well, first, they flash their fucking titties at him. And then they call him over to the car. Yeah. He gets in their car and talking happens and...
Wait, didn't he like crawl from his car into their car? Yes. Like awkwardly? And it took a very long time?
Yes.
Yes.
Everything in this movie took a very long time.
Yeah.
But whatever, yeah. So he's in the car, you know, they're fucking flirting with him some more. Then they, you know, pull his pants down and take a fucking picture on this massive fucking Polaroid.
Yeah, they don't get his dick. Right?
And then they fucking take off with his pants and all.
He's wearing drapes for boxers, you know.
Yeah.
He fucks off and he goes to the arcade. I would just go home and change.
Well, he works at the arcade, but the chicks were like, "See you at the arcade."
Yeah, I got your pants. I'm like, fuck you, I'm going to get another pants, bitches.
So whatever. It cuts to the manager of the arcade, you know, blow-combed cool guy that's in every 80s fucking movie. He's Jeff. But we had a hard time realizing his name was Jeff because a lot of people were just like, Jeff.
Oh, come on, John. I'll do anything that you ask me to.
What are you doing, John? What are you doing, John? And there was never like an end to it. They never heard an
The only person that said it right was not... The only person that ever said it right was fucking should have been Eddie Deason.
Yeah. John. What are you doing, John? It's like you were forbidden to say the last 2 syllables of his fucking
So,
name.
whatever, fucking should have been Eddie Deason comes in, they talk, and then there's a fucking Pac-Man transition. Like, wow. Was this movie sanctioned by Namco and all these other video game companies?
Yeah.
There's a lot of real video games in this
Pac-Man
fucking
probably
movie.
had to show up at the red carpet.
Hell, one chick even had Pac-Man panties on at one point.
You saw Pac-Man panties? I missed
Well, I couldn't tell because it was too pixelated, but she said she was like, anybody want to play Pac-Man?
You want to play Pac-Man?
She serious? I missed that. How did I miss that?
I don't fucking know. So whatever. Should have been Eddie Deason's walking around, and this monk comes up to him all addicted to video games.
Girly, we were like, it's
No. Because should have been Eddie Deason
yeah?
walking down the hall, and then this Kmart curly moment happens for no reason whatsoever. I mean, the whole fucking deal.
And that was the father?
No, it was this whole other guy.
A whole other guy did this.
I guess we should say, full disclosure, Bird not pay a fucking lick of attention to this fucking movie.
Yeah, I did because I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't bring myself to watch anymore because every time I saw it was the same fucking
And it was
scene.
rear.
So don't fucking blame me. You go watch it and it's going like, and then
I did watch it.
I'm not talking to you,
Yeah.
dummy. I'm talking about the people inside TV land.
So whatever, we cut to the corpse of Chris Farley here. And he's sitting there playing fucking Pac-Man, blah blah fucking
Chris
blah.
Farley. Why couldn't they take Sandler and Spade? They gotta take Farley? You know, why couldn't Sandler be introduced to Coke?
I'm sure he
And
was.
speedballs. Why would he couldn't get addicted to it?
And die.
Yeah, well, that's tight.
That's what you just fucking said.
Okay, but I take it back. I don't really want to die. That's terrible. Just fade
Away.
away.
More than you already
Yes,
are.
go somewhere else.
Not Netflix, go to Hulu. Please, go to Hulu.
No.
Adam Sandler, go to Hulu.
Just go to South Carolina or something. Just move in somewhere and disappear.
But anyway,
Do your
moving
own
the
home
fuck
videos
on.
fucking YouTube or something. Huh?
So I don't give a flying fuck about this movie, which I loved as a kid. It kind of makes me a little sad that I don't
when
give
you
a
watch
fuck
it
about
now
it.
and you're
It's
like,
fucking,
this is fucking horrible. Like you're seeing people that, like that one dude who was constantly in clown makeup. It looked like he was like the living.
well, we haven't
Dr.
even got to him yet either because
No.
should have been Eddie Deason's working at the snack bar and he throws a fucking hot dog in some chick's tits by accident.
It just perfectly goes bloop.
And then for 2 minutes he's sitting there with a pair of tongs fucking with it. She's all.
Like he's like tearing away at the dog, and she's like, and everybody's like, freaking out. And I'm like, dude, why don't you just take the hot dog out? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just like fuck off on it. You know, they just sit there like, like it's already an awkward situation. I'd just be like, you know what, fuck it, here, give me that fucking hot dog.
So anyway, at this point, this is where the punks show up. King Vidiot and his legion of Return of the
Legion
Living
of
Dead
Doom.
fucking rejects. So yeah, they show up and this fucking happens.
Vidiot! Take your position! Start game!
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was about. He's like, because I don't understand a lot.
How
of
about
what
the
people
game
say.
start?
Yeah, I never just like going up to people like, fuck off it.
I think they were supposed to be ghosts for like Pac-Man or something.
Fucking no. All I know is they sound like they were doing the sound effects from Spaceballs. You know, they're like ding ding. Ding, 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 ding.
So
I was just waiting for that. But that dude who was in the clown makeup played the
Vidiot,
werewolf.
King Vidiot.
No, yes, he played the werewolf in Fright Night 2.
The original Fright Night 2,
yeah, not
not
this
the
crap version that they
well,
do
the
out of their asshole.
Fright Night 2 was kind of the crap version.
That was the
itself,
crap
too.
version, but it was better than that crap version.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way.
So anyway, right, Joe Baker comes to pick up his daughter, right? And for some reason, I can't place who his daughter is, and I forgot to look it up when we were out there smoking our last cigarette. So, yeah, it's her. And she can't understand a fucking word she says.
Yeah, when she talked, I was trying to pay attention to her. She just, whatever she said was not English. She was like,
Can't risk
But anyway, before she leaves,
how did Joe figure that
the
out?
bloated corpse of Chris Farley Dorfus here just farts.
The bloated corpse of Chris. It's terrible. I don't want to remember him like that.
Joe Don forbids his daughter from ever going back to the arcade.
I am laying down the law about that arcade, young lady.
Oh, Daddy, that reminds me. Connie and I were like gonna go shopping at the Bonorama. Could I have some Billies then?
Yeah, because the arcade is the devil.
And we cut back to Dorfus, the bloated corpse of Chris Farley, putting ketchup on cookies.
Ketchup on cookies.
Should have been Eddie Deason fucking shows up. Oh,
That's a Honey Boo Boo move right there, that ketchup.
I don't even remember what the fuck he says, but Dorfus fucking hands him a cookie with ketchup on, he eats it.
How do you not fucking taste it? He's just like, no, still trying to talk, and he's like, how'd you like your ketchup or cookie?
Oh.
It was like a Lost Boys moment,
Yeah.
you know? He's like, how'd you like your maggots, Michael? Maggots, you're eating maggots.
I do remember what happened out. Should have been Deason, comes in, is like, there's something going on in the parking lot.
Dude, how different would that scene of Lost Boys been if he gave him a cookie with fucking
Or if it would have
on
been Eddie Deason instead of Jason Patrick.
Ketchup, Michael. You're eating ketchup with cookies. He'd be like, that's gross, man. I mean, I'll probably still eat it, but that's gross.
But anyway, like I said,
Oh yeah, we're vampires.
should have been Eddie Deason, runs out to the parking lot, sees this van rocket and the whole and he still has no clue what's going on.
Oh my god.
He climbs up on top of the van and looks in the sunroof, and there is a fucking hot tub inside of this fucking van.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
And this topless chick and this fucking dude.
And they look up like no big
The
fucking
chick's like,
deal.
and should have been Eddie Deason falls into the fucking hot tub.
I'd have punched him like that dude, like we mentioned him before. I'd have punched him like that fucking paraglider or whatever, the one that fell into the river.
Oh, yeah.
I would have just been like, blah, blah, blah. You know, and he like fell unconscious into the water and drowned because I ain't helping him. And that dude just jumped in on me.
So blah blah fucking blah. Cool guy Jeff takes the two chicks, you know, the ones that flashed their titties earlier, into the back to play strip video games. So, of course, we get loads more titties, close-ups of titties while playing video games and all that fucking jazz. Mm-hmm. They fall onto the bed, which just so happens to be in the office of said fucking arcade. The bloated corpse of Chris Farley and should have been Eddie Deason climb up onto the roof and take a fucking fire extinguisher and spray it into the vents.
Yeah.
The chicks freak out.
Yeah, well, that dude freaked out. He was like, oh my god!
But then he falls over, but he pretends to be knocked the fuck out, but he's not, he's like, and he smiles.
Yeah, so I don't know.
And they're fucking wrestling with the door, they bust out topless, and they end up in the arms of Joe Don Baker.
And when you're topless, who would you rather end up in the arms of?
I guess,
you know
man.
what I mean? I mean, seriously.
And then the bloated corpse of Chris Farley, it should have been Eddie Deason, take his fucking picture, and blah, blah, fucking blah,
that's
moving
terrible.
on.
Yeah, but you know, it was one of the happiest days on set for Joe Don.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they were like, all right, Joe, we're almost ready for you. Listen, okay, this is the scene where you're just chilling there, and all of a sudden these chicks' titties come out, and they're just like, blah, 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 but like right up against your ribcage, and like you just chill there. And you look surprised. You can be happy on the inside, Joe, but just look surprised on the
Yeah.
outside. You know, he's like, oh.
So whatever, Joe Don said he's gonna close down this arcade. Pac-Man transition fucking happens.
Again, you're like, wow, Pac-Man is all over.
Well, there were a lot of people in this movie, because I did forget to mention that Joe Don Baker's, like, nephews, they're both people, too.
Yeah.
I can't think, the younger guy, the blonde guy, he's weird looking in it and stuff.
He
But
looks
this
like
other
Napoleon
guy,
Dynamite.
he is in a lot of stuff later
He's in a
in
lot
life.
of things, yeah.
Like I said, I forgot to look
You
up
know, fuck
anything
his
about
name
this
is,
movie.
do you?
Nope, not a fuck at all.
Well, we said.
So
you know,
that's your
we
homework for tonight there, students of bad film.
Yeah,
Go in the comments below and write down who the fuck that guy is
I don't
and what
feel
he's been
The
in.
need that we have to apologize for being dumb.
I wasn't apologizing at all. We're always dumb. We have always been dumb. We will always be dumb.
We will die dumb.
Yeah, probably dumbly.
Wow, that was a good speech. You could have said to a whole room of dumb people.
But yeah,
Let's just go to
so
the Republican convention. There you go. There's a room full of dumb.
Joe Don has his nephews dress up in disguise and go infiltrate the fucking arcade.
Let me alliterate. And the Democratic convention. They're all fucking retarded.
Politicians all deserve.
Death.
No, I was not going to go that far.
No, I would.
Up here, I go that far. Out here, I don't go that far.
Well, up here, I really go that far. And out here, I really want to just go as far as I can.
But anyway, so they go into the arcade dressed like this. But first, King Vidiot kind of falls in love with this. So he's all...
Yeah, he's creepy as fuck, too.
Yeah.
He's doing his best Nicolas Cage impression.
So whatever, they go into the arcade and they want to play this game, and then they're threatened by a Latino Walter. Shut the fuck up, Donnie. I mean, seriously, man. It's fucking Walter.
You heard about the sequel they're trying to make of that?
Yeah.
Hey, why not? I mean,
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll fucking watch it. I love that movie, you know?
So whatever, they make a plan to steal all of the machines. Should have been Eddie Deason hears it. Tells cool guy Jeff.
Blowcomb fucking douche knuckle. The one who always was like, hey, look
Yeah.
how fucking cool I am. Hey. You know, he's the same cunt that like when he was high school, his parents gave him everything. He was the first dick fucker that got a car. You know, he
Yeah.
didn't pay for dick, but he walked around, he strutted around fucking high school like he did, you know what I mean? He's like, fuck you, numbnuts, you know? And then he's the cunt who got a job at his daddy's office, you know what I mean? And he went fur, you know, and now he's like, cunt.
On that note, moving
I wasn't going to
on.
talk about anybody in particular. I was just kind of going on.
Well, there's a lot.
There's a lot of them
Yeah.
cunts in fucking high school, and
There's
everybody
a lot
knows
of
what I'm talking
yeah.
about.
So whatever, the two lackeys are breaking into the arcade, stealing machines, while the bloated corpse of Chris Farley and should have been Eddie Deason are breaking into Jodon Baker's fucking house for some fucking reason.
I'd imagine if you did break into Joe Don's house, there'd be a huge poster of Mitchell. I guarantee it.
Framed.
You know he put time into that. Was like, God damn you, Mitchell.
So they climb in the window and they find Jodon Baker's wife all passed out, fucked up on sleeping pills.
As I would imagine Joe Don Baker's real wife is.
Yeah.
That's fucked. I can't say that.
So she pulls, should have been Eddie Deason into bed and like holds on, oh, do it, da, da, da.
Yeah.
And then Jodon Baker comes home. The bloated corpse of Chris Farley goes hides in the closet while fucking should have been Eddie Deason still fucking held in bed.
He's in the bed with the chick, and she's like, no, she's straddling the fuck out of him, you know? And meanwhile, he lays there. Joe Don comes in, doesn't
Gets in
see
bed.
him, gets in bed without noticing anything. You know, there's two other bodies in the bed, he doesn't get it. You know,
Yeah.
they're making enough fucking noise, you know, and she's grabbing on him, but he refused to turn his head. All he had to do is do this, and he would have saw him. But he was just
Yeah.
like, hey, leave me alone.
But whatever, Dorfus comes out of the closet, shits his pants, not literally, he farts a lot. And escapes.
That was a loud one, though,
Yeah.
before he left, and he had his leg up the whole time. I love that.
So he goes to the door to distract Jodon Baker. Jodon Baker comes out, and this is where the movie gets real trippy because Jodon Baker's talking to him, and Dorfus is going like that, and the fucking video is going like this. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Fucking crazy.
Do you ever notice that the best farts come out when you barely tip your leg up? When you're just like, "Brrr." You know, the best ones seem to come out because there's more pressure, I think.
Fart science
it helps
with
with the
Bird.
sound.
So,
There's another segment we could do. Fart science with me.
should have been Eddie Deason, climbs out the window, blah, blah, fucking blah, they leave. And then the fucking cousins or whatever, nephews show up and they're like, we stole all the machines, Uncle Blah. And his name was Joe. His name was fucking Joe in this movie.
His name is
Joe
Joe
Don.
in a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know.
So they lift open the fucking truck and there's nothing in there.
Maybe because he has a hard time reacting to any other name but Joe. Yeah. That's not true. His name was Mitchell.
So we cut to the arcade and they're having a celebratory pajama party. And this is where the chick's like, wanna
Joe
play
Don Baker?
Pac-Man?
Oh, I thought Joe Don Baker was having a...
So yes, there's all these chicks in 90s and no bras and just fun all around video games. Man,
yeah.
I miss arcades. Not like any of this stuff ever happened in arcades in real
No,
life.
obviously,
But I miss
you know.
fucking arcades, man.
You were just
Arcades
sitting there
were
with
amazing.
You're with your brother or whatever, your annoying
Yeah.
little cousin or something, and he's like, give me some more quarters, you know?
I miss just playing Mortal Kombat and all that stuff,
If
Street
there was
Fighter
fucking
and
titties in there,
Virtual Fighter.
I'd have hung out more in the arcade.
But that shit was fucking expensive too, man.
Yeah.
Arcades.
Well, imagine how more expensive it would be if
Oh,
there was
yeah,
mud
for real.
wrestling and titties in it.
Well, that's later on too.
Let's go to mud wrestling and titties. Like, seriously, no, after we're done filming this, let's go watch mud wrestling and titties.
So blah blah fucking blah. Vidiot shows up and challenges Dorfus to Satan's Hollow. So these big screens come down, these huge fucking joysticks with buttons come up, and they're playing.
Look like red balls.
Satan's
You know, they were like-
fucking Hollow. Vidiot's playing. Dorfus is sitting there fucking eating. Blah blah fucking
yeah.
blah. Dorfus wins. I don't fucking care.
I didn't fucking care either. After a while, you were just like, "Ugh." And the video didn't help because it was like wobbly, 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 and you're like,
Yeah.
oh.
So whatever, moving on. Jodan Baker and Vidiot hook up to, like, you know, not close the arcade, but to take down cool guy Jeff.
Oh, okay. I was gonna make sure you reiterate the fact that they didn't hook up, like they fucked.
Well, it almost looked like they were going to. At least start kissing in that one scene.
Wait, was that when he was in his fucking room and he was
His
like
living
crawling on
room,
his
yeah.
bed? He was like, he's all in his face, and even Jodan was like, dude, fuck off already, you know?
So whatever. Mayor has a hearing on whether or not to close the arcade.
Yeah.
Jodan Baker testifies, blah blah fucking blah.
What do you mean, like the turtleneck dude? That snapping turtle that was in the fucking center of the table. Every time you're like, he's like, Meh.
So Jeff goes up and goes, "This is full of shit, blah blah fucking blah."
You care to make some opening remarks?
You mean, other than to say that the Honorable Mr. Joseph Rudder is full of shit?
What's some heel?
I want you to put a video of that guy turning and tell me he doesn't look like a fucking snapping turtle on National Geographic.
So Jodan Baker talks more about how video games and arcades are ruining kids and all that fucking stupid bullshit.
I mean, are they trying to like do like a thing off of like what was really going on?
No, this is way too early for that.
That was pretty early. It was the 90s that shit happened.
Started with Jack Thompson and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But whatever. Now there's a nurse up there testifying about joystick syndrome, having calluses, and then it becomes a masturbation joke.
Well, you know, I don't have...
And then a coach is up there talking about stuff.
How many calluses you got on your
On my hand? On my jerk-off hand? Or
yeah.
Well, I mean, I got
you do
all
both
kinds.
hands?
Yeah, I'm ambidextrous when it comes to jerking off. But no, anyway, dude, my hands are all kinds of calloused up from fucking stupid spatula and knife and
jerking off, spatula,
knife, jerk off. Yeah.
Knife. Hopefully not in that order.
And not at work either.
And not at work. Yeah, you don't want to do jerk off, spatula, knife.
So whatever. Vidiot goes up there and talks about some shit. Pac-Man transition. Throughout this whole entire scene.
It's like, dude, shut up, please.
So now Jodan Baker describes how he sees the arcade, and there's chicks in leather, there's mud wrestling, there's fucking sex, tits, drugs, rock and fucking roll.
That's exactly what Jodan Baker wished would happen. You know what I mean?
That's what I wish would happen in my life.
Me too, man. But you know what's funny is like the reason why these movies get made back in the day, I'm just imagining, is because there was like a tsunami amount of cocaine, almost like a shining blood coming through the elevator amount of coke. That's how movies like this came.
Yeah.
All that cocaine ruined the
So anyway, moving on. Right, so now Jeff, the cool guy, describes the arcade as like a church. Everybody's wearing white, everybody's all wholesome. Yeah. So you know how they end this whole trial? Well, it's not a trial, it's a fucking hearing. But you know how they end it? They put up the picture of Jodan Baker with the two chicks' titties beside him.
And he was like, oh!
And they're like, we're not closing down the arcade. So Jodan Baker is cool guy Jeff to play games for the arcade if it stays up.
And then he turns into a bitch, that guy.
Well, we'll get into that because if Jodan Baker wins, they close the arcade, and if fucking cool guy Jeff wins, he can keep the arcade.
He's like 50, by the way. You know what I mean? He's not a young guy. Of course, they just fluff this dude's hair up, you know what I mean, and tell him that this dude this look, all the time.
So skipping over a decent amount of stuff, we cut back to the arcade. And at the arcade,
why am I hating on Jeff so much?
Cool guy Jeff starts talking to Should Have Been Eddie Deason about why he doesn't play video games anymore because
I'm a poos.
The first time he ever had sex with the girl he loved, they were just done boning when her father's reflection ended up in a video game, and then he came in and whooped her ass and then left. So ever since then, he could not play video games. It made him physically ill. What a fucking
pansy puss muffin.
Yeah.
That's your hero movie? Fuck you.
Whatever. The bloated corpse that Chris Farley was supposed to play against Vidiot. But they hijacked him, so what the fuck ever. So Vidiot has to play Jeff, so there's a training montage with cool guy Jeff and Should Have Been Eddie Deason.
It's a montage.
And then they play Pac-Man for fucking ever. And obviously, it's an 80s movie. The mayor comes in, starts playing video games.
Yeah, like the whole town
falls in love with video games. Jodan Baker comes in.
He's like, Mayor, how come you don't want to turn down video games? He's like, anybody got a corner?
Jeff wins.
Wasn't that fucking sea turtle guy, though?
Yes. Jeff wins. Everybody lives happily ever after, except Joe Don Baker.
He dies.
He does not
He
die.
gets cancer in the asshole, and it eats him out alive.
Credits roll.
Yes.
So yeah, I cannot trust my fucking views as a child.
You can't,
Obviously.
No, obviously you cannot trust a lot of things that you were taught as a child. Like Jesus, Easter Bunny, Santa Claus.
I wasn't taught this movie when I was a child.
I'm not dead. I'm not one of them. Fuck it.
I guess on that note, for Bird Gutter, this has been another one of the worst movies on YouTube.
Yeah, follow that Google Translate.
We'll see you next week. Googly boogly boogly foogly. That was another thing for the subtitles.
I hope you were just doing that to people. Foogly boogly boogly.
No, that was for...
I'll scare them to watch it.
That was for the subtitles.
Oh, okay. All right. Just gonna do that after every end of our video. On YouTube. Boogly boogly boogly.
Yeah, that's why they sign off, dude. Great googly boogly.
Great boogly boogly. I got my tea swill.
You're gross. Swish.
Swish.
Oh, damn it, I got hiccups.
My iced tea swish. Made in the toilet bowl of America.
No offense to Turner's iced tea or anything. I don't even know how far into the country that it fucking reaches, but
yeah, I like
it's pretty fucking gross, dude. I used to drink the fuck out of it back in the day, but it's like you try drinking it now, you're like, this is not fucking tea. This is water ran through like the stuff that's left over after you make tea.
The sun brewed, you know, you're like, ugh. They just left it in a vat outside, and they're like, fuck it, there's flies in it. Shit, mosquitoes, giving it West Nile and whatever else. You know?
No offense, Turners. No offense.
I'm just assuming that's what your factory looks like. You know, a bunch of dudes.
By the taste of your tea,
yeah. A bunch of dudes scratching their balls, not giving a flying.
I'll stick with my Labatt.
What? Oh, fuck this woman. Asked me to pick all kinds of this stuff up. I'm wearing jammy pants, for fuck's sake, woman.
You're wearing flannel jammy pants on a 90-degree day and a hoodie. People are looking at you and be like, what the fuck is this guy on?
Yeah.
It's too fat to be meth. God damn it! I can't start this review until I stop the hiccup. Scare me, Bert. Tell me I'll be foods for the rest of my life.
Well, you don't need me to tell you that. You know that's the truth. And you're gonna die there.
Yeah.
Looking up at the ceiling.
30-odd years old. Fuck
You
it.
sound like a toad when you hiccup.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
Fuck it, fuck it. Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. That'd be a cool, like, fucking dance song, dude. You should invent that.
Hey everybody, Bird and Gutter here. We're here with another one of the worst movies on YouTube.
On Joe Don Baker Tube.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's our first fucking Joe Don Baker movie. Hooray!
But this week's movie is 1983's
Joystick, if you didn't catch that through the hiccup. Fuck you!
What was it? Just start all over
Well,
again.
let me turn
anyway.
this down. My woman likes my penis.
I seriously doubt that.
No woman has ever liked my penis.
They lie to you and say, oh, it's great.
All they do, they all do. They're like,
but they all have that
so
face.
big.
They have that face, yeah, that face.
It's fucking dominating down there. And you're like, really? Alright. Ah, and you go caveman crazy, but you know, they're sitting like this. Yeah, I know. Oh.
Every man knows that.
Every man, but they hide it though. They try. They big trucks.
Well, they
so
won't
put
admit that they
shiny
know that.
rims on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They gotta do something to compensate the fact that their dick is inadequate. Inadequate. You know, or inaccurate, whatever. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could go accidentally in the butt. That's inaccurate.
You sound like you're holding a hit in.
I'm trying to start hiccups anymore. Hey everybody, Bird and Gutter here. We're here with another one of the worst movies on YouTube. Fucking hiccups. You know, I've tried starting this thing.
Fuck.
Yeah, we're just gonna fucking do it.
You got hiccups, you got hiccups. This is real
They're
life.
not going away.
It's real life, bro. We don't have a team that set nothing up. We don't have anybody going, cut! God damn it, Gutter. You fucking asshole. Why don't you hold your breath, you porky bitch? That's how I imagine a producer would talk to us because we're ignorant and they would just treat us like that, you know?
But anyway, this week's God damn it. We can't fucking do it. I can't. I'm gonna go get some fucking water. Hey everybody, Bert and Gutter here. We're here with another one of the worst. Yeah, I want to start that over. Hey everybody, Bert. Hey everybody, That's how we made. That's what Google hears. That's what Google hears.
We'll just do it how Google thinks we sound. How about Bert? You know, and they're like, what?
3479221, whatever that one fucking was.
8675.
309.